This is the Conservative American Message, hosted by the one and only Cam Lau. It is Sunday, July 9th, 2023, and you can join me every week for the greatest political commentary known to man. President Harry Truman said, "Men make history and not the other way around. In periods where there is no leadership, society stands still. Progress occurs when courageous, skillful leaders seize the opportunity to change things for the better." And that's exactly what's happening in the great state of Iowa, where Governor Kim Reynolds is working hard to save the lives of innocent babies. Back in 2018, the state Supreme Court blocked the heartbeat bill, which essentially bans abortion after 6 weeks, which is the time that a heartbeat can be detected. A heartbeat would seem to indicate a human life to me, but apparently that's not the case if you're a Democrat. Now the governor is calling a special session of the legislature in order to reinstate the heartbeat bill, which, as she says, is clearly the will of Iowan voters. But Planned Parenthood responded by calling Kim Reynolds power-hungry. I really don't know why the pro-life side is always painted as so evil by the left. Of every political issue that you can imagine, abortion is the clearest to me. It's just so obvious that what is happening is wrong. We have science and technology today that absolutely proves with 100% certainty that a human life resides in the womb. Pro-life is not a religious stance. It's not even really a political stance. It's just the common decency to oppose blatant murdering. Facebook's parent company Meta announced the launch of their new social media endeavor, Threads. It's a Twitter copycat, much like how they stole stories from Snapchat and Reels from TikTok. It'll be linked up with your Instagram and Facebook account, and you can post text kind of like how Twitter works. 30 million people joined it on the first day that they launched, and they now have over 70 million users. Just to put that into perspective, Twitter has 450 million users, while Instagram is at 2 billion and Facebook almost 3 billion. With Facebook continuing down its path of Facebook jail for misinformation and just general censorship, Twitter has been working towards transparency and free speech since Elon Musk's takeover of the company. Of course, the libtards have been deeply offended by Twitter's new ownership, and now Mark Zuckerberg is trying to capitalize on the hate for Elon with Twitter right now. The rivalry between these two billionaires has recently expanded from the business realm into the physical realm. There is growing speculation over an alleged cage match between these two that is yet to be set in stone. And I hate to make any premature predictions about something that will probably never actually happen, but I'm really putting it all on the line for Elon. I mean, there's no way that that man doesn't absolutely annihilate the Facebook freak in the ring. All this talk about social media, and I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. This is your weekly reminder to follow the Conservative American Message on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Truth Social. We're not on Threads yet. We'll have to wait that out and see what happens. But there's a link tree in the description of this episode, and you can find everything you need from there. The biggest news this week, of course, was the white powder found at the White House. It was confirmed to be cocaine found in the West Wing near the Oval Office. The Secret Service is investigating the matter, but they have basically ruled out the Biden family, claiming that they were out of the White House at the time. But I wouldn't doubt that Hunter and Joe have got blow stashed all over the place. They are putting the white in White House, and it's honestly a disgrace to our nation. The Biden administration has tried to completely avoid answering any questions on the incident. The Deputy Press Secretary Andrew Bates received a question about how Trump was insisting that the Biden family were the owners of the nose candy, and rather than answer the question, he used the Hatch Act as a dodge. The Hatch Act basically just says that a federal official cannot engage in a political campaign from their official capacity. But the question of who owns the cocaine isn't necessarily protected under the Hatch Act. But Biden's press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, really got nasty with reporters, calling them irresponsible for even asking such questions.
I'm just asking again, can you just say once and for all whether or not the cocaine belonged to the Biden family? So, A couple of things there. He mentioned the Hatch Act because the question was posed to him in using Donald Trump, and so he was trying to be very mindful. Okay, I hear you, but you're asking me a question, so I'm answering it for you. And so that's why he said the Hatch Act. So I would, have you read the transcript and read the transcript fully so you can see exactly what he was trying to say. So that's number one. So we're not avoiding the question. That is not true. We've answered this question, litigated this question for the last 2 days exhaustively. There has been some irresponsible reporting about the family, and so I got to call that out here. And I have been very clear. I was clear 2 days ago when talking about this over and over again as I was being asked a question. As you know, and media outlets reported this, the Biden family was not here. They were not here. They were at Camp David. They were not here Friday. They were not here Saturday. They were not here Sunday. They were not even here Monday. They came back on Tuesday. So to ask that question is actually incredibly irresponsible. And I'll just leave it there.
A journalist's responsibility is to investigate and report to the public. It would have been irresponsible for any journalist to not question when illicit drugs are found in such close proximity to where the leader of our nation works and lives, especially when that leader has a son with a known drug addiction. The only irresponsibility displayed is on the part of the Biden administration for trying to hide the truth from the American people, and for the Biden family for not having enough brain cells to hide their coke. Everybody seems to believe that Joe Biden has dementia, but I may have an alternate theory. Have you ever known someone who has done a lot of drugs in their life, and once they get older and they really start to struggle mentally because they've been so hard on their body over the years? Ladies and gentlemen, your president. It's the Ozzy Osbourne effect. But that's all I have time for. Were you offended by this podcast? Good. Thanks for listening, guys. I really appreciate you all. Have a great week and stay conservative.